the teacher was mad.
Who was your teacher?
His nickname was Bobar.
Oh yeah, I had him for maths.
Now the reason he was called Bobar is he lived in Africa for a period of time, and he had a pet monkey that lived in the tent called Bobar.
Same parents, different timelines, and united by chaos. Strap on, strap in, for the not-so-Christian brothers.
Did you have a problem with your hair? Go on.
Well, it's not. Well, maybe
It's
it's
not
a
a problem,
problem.
no,
It could be a problem. I mean, it could be. But I'm. So my concern is that I was looking at the back of my head.
No, pause. Why were you looking at the back of your head?
Because I saw myself on a video.
Oh,
and as I
okay.
saw myself move across in this video that my wife had recorded.
Oh, okay. We weren't close at the time.
Yes,
What sort of video?
It's not a video that's going to get leaked on the internet.
Oh, that's okay. It's not a Kardashian.
No, it would be very dull if it was.
Yeah.
But I saw that, and I thought, oh, does that look like that? You know, there's a little bit of less hair on the back of my head.
Oh, right, the little circle.
So then I got my camera out and took some photographs of the back of my head.
And I'm the vein brother.
The back of my head, yeah. You take constant photographs
Oh, I
of the
take
front of your head.
And the back end of me everywhere, you know what I mean?
I can imagine.
Oh my God.
And I wanted to just see, because I'm just conscious that it's summertime. I'm going to be in Malta next week. We're thinking about going to live in the sun and being in a warmer country and all that kind of good stuff. And I thought, how do you stop getting your head burnt if you're actually starting to get a bit thinner on top?
If you have a big red hole, well, not a red hole. If you have a big red area.
No, I don't have a big red area. It's quite a small area. I may be over embellishing the challenge, but I have got on and I've done some research, and I've ordered a specialist spray.
Oh wow!
Because you don't want to put you don't want to get your hair all greasy when you put normal sun cream in, right? So you need a more kind of a water-based SPF solution. So I found that in Boots. Yeah. I think it's been delivered today, and you literally spray it on the top of your head.
Can we put a picture of the back of your head on the green screen?
No.
Didn't have a problem with my toes up there on Sunday.
Or your ma.
That's fine.
And you wouldn't follow the Rooney route.
What's the Rooney route?
And get the old hair plugs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Would you think of that?
No,
hair extensions.
Hair extensions.
I mean, I think. Look, I need to kind of be a bit more cognizant of it and grow it a bit more, because I've got a lot of kind of short hair. I shaved my hair off in COVID, so I haven't really paid that much attention to it because I'm not as vain as you are. I don't need that constant.
It's a long time since I've taken a picture of the back of my head. Ooh. Hang on, that's just thinking of that.
Yeah. Well, it might be genetic, although as we discussed last week, we probably have got different fathers. But so yeah, I think it's a thing. But I tell you what, because I started searching up on this idea of how do you actually get SPF protection on your head, I now got a constant stream of SPF protection for bald men. Like there is literally bald men sun cream protection.
Okay, yeah.
Because bald men didn't want to have this whole issue of greasy heads. So that
you don't want a slidey head.
You don't want a slidey head.
Slippy head.
Yeah.
No. So you have the stuff coming. That's okay.
I have it coming, and
Why don't you just wear a hat?
Well, I do quite fancy like a nice Panama hat.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, that would look great.
Oh God, I thought I was the one that was.
You could get away with that in Malta, no problem at all.
You could actually, a cigar.
Well, I'm gonna wear suits, right? I wear suits when I'm in Malta or London or wherever I am. So you want to have something that you can wear that kind of goes with a suit. Like you can't wear a flat cap.
What about a bowler hat?
No, Panamas are nice. They're light. Yeah, that's a good choice.
I did work with somebody who wore a bowler hat when I went to London
in the finance?
Yeah.
Do they still do that? Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, this was like maybe 94, 95. But John Young was his name. We used to call him Sir John Young.
Oh, wow.
He was very, very well to do. And he'd be like, hello, morning, chaps. And he had a pinstripe suit and an umbrella and a bowler hat. And he'd come into the office in the morning and meet you and take his bowler hat off to the ladies and put it back on again and waddle upstairs. And he was fantastic. I was working at that stage for an Irish team in London, and there was 25 of us running a bank, which was chaos. But he was the only really English person working for us, right? And we had great crack with him, but you know, you'd always have to kind of watch your P's and Q's a bit because John was a lot older and you know, he was proper.
Would John have a little brandy at lunchtime?
He liked a little brandy at lunchtime. We had this one time where we had this going away do in Jury's Hotel in South Kensington, right?
Yeah.
One of our colleagues was leaving, and we had a dinner, and I ended up being sat beside Sir John Young. At this stage, I was 20 or whatever, but I was told, you know, just like, you know, because you're sitting beside John,
Keep it handy.
keep it, you know, the language in check. And I was like, yeah, okay. Anyway, as the night went on, and Sir John had quite a few brandies. I was having a Jimmy Riddle, and he came in. He was standing beside me, and he said to me, "Oh, I am desperately disappointed, Justin." He said, "I do quite enjoy the coarse language, and there's no chance we could get back to that." And I was like, "Jeez, John, that's great."
really?
And I was told to watch my P's and Q's. And he was like,
Jesus.
"Nah, don't worry about that."
But
It's great bit of crack.
He followed you into the toilet.
Into the toilet, asked me to swear.
Jesus, I've never seen a Fenian penis before. Look at it. It is actually tricolored, or else you need to see the doctor. God. Oh, just to remind everybody, this is, of course, Not So Christian Brothers. Two brothers, Justin Caffrey, Colm Hayes, as revealed in last week's episode. We may not be from the same mother. No, obviously we're from the same mother. Father. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that.
I don't know. I mean, you know, maybe it was a swapping of babies in the...
Well, you're convinced
maternity
mother
ward.
had an affair, so I did check. Apparently, you are the son of a priest.
Excellent. That explains a lot.
It
And
does,
why I am a bit more kind of celestial.
There you go. Yeah. God, what am I the son of?
Yeah.
In this shirt, click on the video, have a look. So,
Is that a shirt and trousers, or is that just one kind of
it's
jumpsuit?
a jumpsuit. Yeah.
It does look like a jumpsuit, doesn't it?
How could it be a jumpsuit? They're completely different
It's
designs.
like an Elvis jumpsuit.
So the episode we did last week, again, click back if you haven't watched. We'd recorded very early one morning, and I'd been out on the lash the night before. I just felt I looked a bit wrecked.
And this is an improvement on that?
Anything is an improvement on that. So I decided I would wear more colourful clothes from now on. This is only the start.
But does that zip up all the way at the back?
Why would it zip up at the back?
Jumpsuit.
There's buttons on it.
But they're probably just fake.
Oh my God, they are fake. Yeah. Anyway, click onto video, have a look. I was reading this thing because we're right. If you're enlisting abroad, there's a big thing in Ireland this time of the year called the leaving certificate. Well, there's the junior cert as well, but the leaving certificate. So it's your last exams before you go to college or get your CAO points. And there was a really great article at the weekend
My son
about.
has just finished maths paper 2 today.
There you go. How's he doing?
Very good. Very happy with it.
He's a clever guy. No problem there.
Definitely, he had a different father as well. I've always had my suspicions about that.
We can speak to Beatrice, please. Yes, so there's this obsession. I was reading about the difference between the Irish sort of leaving cert and the English. Is it the A levels?
A-levels.
Whereby all the schools don't have to follow the same curriculum. They don't all sit the same paper.
Yeah.
You don't have to do maths. It's not compulsory.
Or English. You do 3 subjects.
Yeah.
Maths and English are not compulsory.
No, are not compulsory until you're 18. Then it's sort of compulsory, which is a bit late.
No, it's not even compulsory at 18. You can do.
Oh, no, they were trying to make it compulsory. Sorry, and everyone laughed at Keir Starmer when he came up with this idea. Yeah. And also they were saying, like, there has never been a Prime Minister of England who would tweet the night before, best of luck to everybody who's heading into their A-levels. Because we obviously, regardless whether you're private school, whatever school, you sit the same exam. The the Taoiseach, if he doesn't tweet the night before, he's castigated in the newspapers. And we're just so obsessed with the whole leaving cert and everything that goes around it.
Well, you know, there's a couple of other countries that are similar and even more extreme, right? In Seoul, in South Korea, on the day of the exams, the entire country is on a holiday.
Really?
And the police come out to make sure that all the roads are closed, so any students get absolute priority so they can get to their exams.
Jeez, could you imagine that in Ireland? Chaos.
Yeah,
that's really interesting.
So they treat the whole period with great reverence. And the Chinese are doing it. Yesterday is the day when the Chinese do what they call their entry exams for college. So when you go to university in China, you sit the university exams, and then that determines how you get in. and there was discussions about how they managed to avoid people cheating, because now in China you can wear these AI glasses.
Of course, yeah, and get everything
where
done.
you can actually have the data fed into your eyes,
Yeah.
and then they can't see that you're cheating.
We used to have a system in Ireland where you sat university. It was called the matriculation,
Yeah.
where you would sit after you did the leaving cert.
There's still some, like, if you want to sit medicine, you still have to sit
You
an
still
exam.
sit an exam, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, best
I think
luck.
matriculation was for engineering and stuff, I think.
I just thought it was a great word.
It is a great word.
Yeah, I think it was an unnecessary. I can't even say unnecessary. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an age thing.
Because people would call it the matric. Oh, did you do the matric? Then the other thing, which I think is great, was that Michael O'Leary.
But just on,
Oh, sorry,
on the,
go.
on the leaving cert on
Do you want to show us your results?
No, I said to my son yesterday, I couldn't actually tell you what my results are now. I don't remember. I mean, they were fine.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you the breakdown. Can you remember the breakdown?
I know I got an honour in economics history, higher English, failed physics.
I got an honour in physics.
I failed physics because the teacher was mad.
Who was your teacher?
His nickname was Bobar.
Oh yeah, I had him for maths.
Now, the reason he was called Bobar is he lived in Africa for a period of time and he had a pet monkey that lived in the tent called Bobar. So we just, and his beard was green because something blew up in this in the lab once, and he'd come in with a green beard. So I failed him. I think other than that, I did okay.
He was my maths teacher.
Bobar was.
Yeah. And it was a disaster.
Was
and
it?
I was really good at maths and I was really good at physics. But I had to take additional maths classes because the guy just couldn't control a class.
Mine was coffee, I think, was my maths. I did honours maths and I was thrown out.
I'm not surprised.
No, not because
I'm most amazed by the fact that you actually have economics in your
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, I wouldn't have thought that.
No,
I would have thought you'd done music or something.
Music?
Yeah.
No, you couldn't do music then. You couldn't do music in our school, I don't think. Could you?
Yeah, you could.
Could you?
Yeah, that was but it was an extreme sport.
Yeah, and if I did music in the Leaving Cert, it was like the Sex Pistols, you know? It was all that sort of crazy stuff. Economics. And I was told, do economic history, because it's basically just economics with a longer question. And it was. I don't know if they do economic history anymore.
I don't think so. I think it's just. I know Lucas got economics in the in his Leaving Cert, and it's just. I don't think the history thing. I did art history and appreciation.
See, there you go. They're just pissy subjects, aren't
That
they?
was great.
Yeah, I mean,
Love
it's
that
easy
subject.
to do, isn't it?
But history.
When's the last time you were in an art gallery?
Oh, quite recently. I love art.
Okay.
If you look at my social media feed, there's a lot of art.
Speaking of art, have you been
And
to the
dogs.
church in Malta with the?
With the Caravaggio.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Caravaggio.
It's amazing.
Malta's got 2 Caravaggios. I know where there's
Two
another one
Caravaggio?
that you have to
Really?
know somebody to get to see.
What?
So it's in somebody's house.
Couldn't possibly comment.
We the Caravaggio. Remember the nuns found the Caravaggio down the back?
Yeah.
Down the back of a chair almost in Bagot Street.
No.
And they were about to throw it out and somebody said, you want to get a look at that? And it was a Caravaggio.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's up in the National Gallery now, I think.
Yeah, that is one crazy church. That church where that Caravaggio is.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful.
One crazy church. Like, what goes on in there?
They've got skulls on the walls. It's just you have to experience it. When Justin goes there, get him to take you when you go.
But, well, I've been to Malta a couple of times.
Yeah, but it was never cultural.
He was drinking then. Yeah.
He's a cultural man now.
Yeah. Like, basically, you started at lunchtime and never saw 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You just hadn't a clue what was going on.
Get the tag on the toe.
It definitely was tagging the toe territory.
Weekend at Bernie's. Michael O'Leary said this week, I thought it was great. Now, you may have said it before, but it's popped up again on social media because of the Leaving Cert and everything. He said he doesn't, when he looks at CVs, he doesn't care if you're in Harvard or Oxford or Cambridge. He looks at what jobs you did during the summer. And he gauges then that depending on the job, you either worked really, really hard or not, and he wanted you. He said, like, airline, what was he saying? Airline management is basically for stupid people. It's not difficult, but it just demands a lot of hard work. And you sort of agree with him, don't you?
I do, except I think there's a slight flaw in his hypothesis because
Oh, Michael, you got to be in for the next episode. Yeah.
I can't imagine, A, that Michael O'Leary's reading anybody's CV,
Okay. Well, maybe when he was reading CVs.
and B, Well, even when he was, right, you'd probably have to go back 30 odd years because he's been doing the job for a long time. I think it was more a nod to the frivolous nature of so many degrees that exist now, and I agree with that. I think there's far too many people going to university. This was actually this year was the highest amount of people sitting the Leaving Cert since 1995. Statistically,
Okay.
which I was quite amazed at that it was that high in 1995 because I think I started in 93.
Yeah.
But the challenge is that everybody's going to go to university. We have a major crisis in the UK and in the US at the moment in graduates, and it's going to come here as well. That we don't have jobs for all these graduates, and I think, I personally, I think you're better off getting into the workplace. I mean, my son wants to go to university, and I'm happy to back him on that. But I dropped out of university and went to work. You dropped out of university and went to work. And I think what O'Leary's saying, I think there's relevance too about did you do a summer job? If you did
you work hard? Yeah.
Was it hard? You know, all that kind of good stuff is relevant. But also, you know, many degrees are just like another person with another economics degree. Like, you know,
do you remember years ago it got to a stage where there were so many people going to college? Actually, it could have been the turnaround around 95. That what happened was people copped on going, hang on a second, I can't get a plumber.
Yeah.
I can't get an electrician. So clever guys said, our girls said, I'll be a plumber and electrician. Those guys are making a fortune now.
You still can't get a plumber.
You still can't get a plumber. I rang one in 1995. He keeps saying Tuesday. He keeps saying Tuesday. You're there between 1 and 6. You can't get it. My plumbing is in bits.
Yeah.
In my house, obviously, not where I'm sitting. But yeah, you can't get an electrician. And if you do, they cost an absolute fortune. So do you remember bricklayers during the Celtic Tiger? They were all buying houses in Bulgaria.
Yes.
And cab drivers, you know?
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you do as I can't remember your summer jobs.
Well, I actually had, we shared a summer job, obviously. Whatever,
in the
12
Addison
years apart,
Lodge.
but we both worked in the Addison Lodge.
We both worked in the Addison Lodge. A great little boozer, yeah.
And I didn't go in there because of you. I went in there because another mate of mine was working there at the time.
Young Connell.
Still the same.
Young Connell down the road.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Only because, you know, the crazy folk were still there, so Mrs. Frayne and stuff. But yeah.
Well, I'd gone by the time you started in the Addison Lodge.
Who?
I had.
Yes.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, it's the way you said
I thought you were asking me that question.
No, you said.
If I started there when I literally started there when I was 12, I think.
Yeah, I started there when I was 14. I was given the keys of the bar to open up and close.
Yeah.
No, I thought the way you said we shared a job that I was going, wow, were we there at the same time? That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because then I would have been 12 working in the bar and you'd actually be 24.
Right. Or if I'd been 12 working in the bar, I'd be bringing you in the pram.
Probably still could have pulled a point then.
Exactly, yeah. We see this little geezer pull a pint. Yeah. He'd drink Guinness once there's a teat on top.
Just sit him on a table and he just drags his nappy around cleaning
it up, yeah.
No problem.
One of my favourite jobs that I did as a summer job was gravedigger. I worked with, do you remember around the corner with the Brackens?
Yeah.
So the Brackens had a gravestone grave digging company, but we got a job one summer, and it was to redo refurbish all the graves in a Protestant graveyard up in Donabate. So some of the, the residents there had been there since like 1858 or even earlier, and we were sort of digging back up to make the place look well again. You know.
Did you find any money or?
Didn't find any money, but there was the odd little, bone around,
Nice.
Yeah, because like the coffins and everything were completely gone at that stage.
Yeah.
And it was, it was that year, one of those years I was told a great story. Because if you're digging in Dublin, right, and you dig anywhere around the central, area around Temple Bar, if you dig and you find any bones whatsoever, you have to stop. If you're building, you have to stop because it could be part of the old Viking settlement. So they got to a time where there was builders who'd have a KFC and they were bored for the afternoon, so they'd throw the bones into it. They'd cover them up. Tony would dig on, bones, Jesus! And I shut this down for 2 days. They still have to be paid. And 2 days later they come back. Did you get the results of the Viking? No, it was a chicken. All right, back to work, lads. Clever, huh? Yeah. I was a gravedigger, and I didn't have a summer job as a turkey killer. That was a Christmas job. I killed turkeys.
I got a job actually with our sister, and she nearly killed me.
Where, growing you?
Miriam.
Oh, okay.
So she had a shop in Balbriggan.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, she was doing jewellery.
She was jewellery, and I would say I was maybe 11 or 12, and I was asked to go and clean the shop. So I was given all of these chemicals to clean the floors and stuff. So our sister brought me there, brought in all the chemicals, told me what I had to do, told me she was going to give me whatever, 20 quid at the end, and then locked me in the shop and said she'd be back in about 6 hours.
Yeah.
So after I started deploying all the chemicals and cleaning all the floors, I then was unconscious because
before being unconscious, did you get quite high?
I was definitely like doing it, thinking I could do this for the rest of my life, man. Really enjoyed it, and then I collapsed and I was out cold.
Did you actually collapse?
Yeah. And like there was no mobile phones, obviously, right? So
And there was no ventilation or anything.
no ventilation. So I was stuck in this shop with no windows, no doors, and she'd locked the door.
Jesus.
And then she came back, and I was practically dead.
Wow, did she pay you?
She might have, but she listens to the show.
Okay.
She still owes me some money as well for a few other jobs that I did for her as well. I used to produce invoices for on my computer around about 1990. Never got paid.
You used to be able to taste things as well.
Yeah.
This, I mean, if we go back to the top of the show, this could be something to do with the little hole at the back of your
Could
head
be
as
why
well.
my hair is falling out.
Yeah, because your hair's gone quite high as well.
No, it always was. I said that to Beatrice the other day. I actually looked at a photograph of myself when I was 8, and I did have quite a big slap head then.
Okay, but after 12, did you notice anything different?
I just have a real draw to chemicals and bottles.
I remember we used to catch him under the stairs sniffing Brasso. I'd be shouting, "There for your mother's knockers." Sorry, front door knockers. Sorry.
Brass, oh God, yeah, that was good smelling stuff.
They had to take the smell out, not the smell, the gluey thing out of Brasso, because so many Elwins were getting completely addicted to Brasso.
Oh yeah.
So like you'd come home and their knockers were filthy, right? But they're sitting inside off their face on Brasso
Rubbing their knockers.
and knocking back, just sniffing the Brasso. It was before and also, do you remember Actifed? They had to take the alcohol out of Actifed because they noticed in chemists there was so many old geezers coming in and all of them go, "Oh, I just got a terrible cold." And they were knocking back 2 or 3 bottles of Actifed a day. I mean, sad really. But sad for the old lads because they had to then go and buy proper alcohol.
Speaking of knockers, do you remember that great shop I think it was on Dawson Street called Knobs and Knockers?
Yes.
But great name for shop,
It's
which
moved to
did
Dean's
sell knockers, door knockers, and door knobs, handles. But they called the shop Knob. I think it's still there, no?
No, it's in Dean's Grange now.
Is it?
Is it?
Yeah, it's up the road from me, Knobs and Knockers. I was actually there a while ago. Well, when I say a while ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's always funny when you go into Knobs and Knockers.
Yeah.
Or the guy, I think he loves it when you ring going, "Hello, Knobs and Knockers." That's his only job. And then when it was in Dawson Street, you'd always see the American tourists getting their picture taken out of outside Knobs and Knockers.
And I was just thinking,
We do love a little giggle, don't we?
Yeah.
But does it translate properly? I mean, maybe some people from overseas who watch our show can respond to this. So we think of a knob as a penis.
Yeah.
Obviously, knockers as boobs.
Yeah.
And we call somebody, he's a bit of a knob.
Knobhead.
Has a bit of a penis. And we all love a nice pair of knockers. So does it translate
Especially the shiny brass ones.
with the brasso?
Does it translate? I don't know. That'd be interesting because no, I won't even go into it. It's about the C word. Have you seen the clip going
I
around?
have seen it. It's brilliant.
About your man from Ted Lasso, the movie.
Yeah.
That's the only good scene in the movie. So it's him with Jennifer Lopez, but he's English and he's trying to tell his boss why the English use the C word constantly.
Right.
And the Americans don't get it at all. And how you can use the C word for happy, for sad. You know that from living in England for so long. They use it for anything.
Anything. I'll tell you a funny story. I saw Tony Cascarino it was an after dinner speech thing that I was invited to, and Tony Cascarino was manager at the time of Millwall, I think, right?
Oh, was he? Yeah.
And Cascarino was talking about the fact that when he went in, it was one of his first managerial roles. Everybody kept telling him, you're not going to be able to do it. It's not going to work. It's going to be a disaster. Millwall's a hard club. And he said he felt like for quite a few weeks as he was walking towards the dugout that the fans weren't backing him. And he kept thinking that they're saying, Tony, you can't. You can't.
Oh,
you can't.
No, really?
And he said it took me quite some time to realise that what they were actually saying was not Tony, you can't.
Yeah. Because you said, yes, I can. Yes, I can.
He literally said, I was going, yeah, I can. And then he realised, it's Tony, you see you next Tuesday.
God, yeah. It's a great word. When used properly.
When used properly. But not badly.
Terry, you checking the time? Do I have time for horror movies, or we keep that for
no,
Sunday?
you're good. You've got another few more minutes.
Oh, yeah,
Rock
okay.
on. Let's finish on horrors.
So we're talking about the world going all pear-shaped, right? And everything's going wrong. They can't sort out Iran, the Gaza Strip. Some really horrific stories this week about that kid being shot by snipers. Oil prices. Will the Straits of Hormuz be opened? But what this has done to Hollywood is made this year the biggest year in about 30 years for horror movies. Crazy. So I was looking at it. So the Scream 7 has made $213 million. Obsession has made $178. And this new one that people are going crazy about called Backroom has made $177. But just to go to Backroom, he's a 19-year-old director, the youngest director of all time to be given a full movie. He made these little YouTube clips, shorts,
I've seen them.
Terry. Terry loves the old shorts, doesn't he? Not all around his, but on, yeah. So he makes these, and this company, A24 or whatever, said, hey, we like your style. Have you got a movie in you? They said, we don't have much money. The movie cost $750,000 to make. It is now made $177.8 million.
Wow.
Like it's
Crazy.
just, this is unheard of. So now everybody is trying to make a horror movie. But they were looking into it, and it's always when the world is in a really bad place that horror movies do really well, because at the end, you're not going to be hurt, right? Obviously, but you get enough scares. But apparently it leaves you, leaving the cinema, in really good form. Whatever the dopamine that comes into your system after, because you survived the scare and haven't been killed, your man on the screen has, and you come out feeling really positive about life and everything. And now these great directors are also using it to tackle like levels of racism and economics and political turmoil, but they do it inside the horror movies. Very clever, I'm not a horror movie buff.
I don't like horror movies.
No, I don't. I don't like slasher movies at all.
No, but I do like some of the classics like Rosemary's Baby and Exorcist and some of that.
Exorcist didn't really last though. Have you watched it recently?
I watched a load of horror movies during COVID. I had COVID, and I was ill for like 3 days in 2020, and I watched just a marathon of horror movies.
Okay, well,
I might be about to die, so I might as well.
Well, see, that's exactly the reason. That was probably a great year for horror movies. I watch a few, not slasher movies, but this one, Backroom, is meant to be really, really good. And it's usually those low-budget horror movies.
Well, I watched his Backroom shorts that he used to put on YouTube.
Oh, right, you know the guy.
Yeah, they're excellent.
Yeah,
They're excellent.
like he's only 19, Terry.
For what he did with how he created them is just phenomenal.
Remember the Blair Witch Project?
See, that was done, yeah.
That was another thing. There's another similarity.
That was the first
to it.
camcorder type movie ever shot.
Yeah. Do you remember the other camcorder movie that was made and you only saw the camera running around? It was about monsters invading the world. It was sort of on the Blair Witch Project idea. It wasn't bad, but then eventually it started really annoying you because all you saw were people just running around.
I know.
And the camera never zoomed to the monsters. You only saw all the damage and people being killed and everything. What was that called?
I'll find out.
Oh, that's some name, like it was named after a town or something. But yeah, if you want to make money now, go down the route. But what happens is in Hollywood, because I was reading about this, is that when you get a movie like Backrooms, which cost $750,000, has made $178 million, every studio now wants the Backroom version, and so we're going to get a whole stock of crazy shit horror movies, you know.
I once raised money for 2 movies actually, Liberace and
With Michael Douglas, was
with
it?
Michael Douglas, yeah,
Oh, right, okay.
and
Did you raise or invest?
raise.
I invested in Pride.
So you were a producer on them?
So it was actually an option. This shows my personality. There was an option on Liberace, and then we also raised money for another movie called it was called Good Morning, Mr. Anthony, which is a book about a guy who liberates all the animals from Baghdad Zoo when the Iraq War starts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love those type of movies. They're cool.
Yeah.
And Disney backed it, and I actually ended up working with a producer in LA called Army Bernstein.
Oh, hey. He couldn't work in anything. But
Right.
he's either that or a lawyer.
Bernstein,
Bernstein, and Bernstein.
But he was he actually did quite a few famous movies. And we ended up on this bizarre project raising money because after the last credit crunch, the normal backers of movies pulled out. And so some of the more obscure stuff happened, and so we got involved in that. But we, instead of getting our names mentioned for raising the money as producers, which frankly is just window dressing, we insisted they give us commission up front, and they can call us whatever we want afterwards. Yeah, movies are very hard to get paid. Like most movies fail; it's a disaster.
Yeah.
And securing the credit is really, really hard. But yeah, so the Liberace movie, we raised £5 million on that, and $5 million. That was a cheap movie to make.
Is that all that made? That's all it cost?
Cost about $5 million at the time.
It's a great movie.
I think Michael Douglas was signing on for about $1 million or something. And
He
then
probably on good commission.
The Mr. Anthony movie, right, which was quite funny. So it had gone into pre-production where they go and they start doing location shots, right, and all of these kind of key steps that you go through determine how much money gets released. It's like building a house with stage payments, right? So as you go through these different parts, you start releasing money. But the director of Walt Disney, so the main company, changed. A guy called Bob something came in, and he felt that it was too soon post the Gulf War. This was like 2008. So no, sorry, this was 2010. So they pulled it and stopped doing it. And that year, the Hurt Locker cleared up.
Oh, God, yeah.
And Disney lost all the money, and everybody sued them then for pulling out because they felt, don't know if it's like, when the Vietnam movies came out, there was always a question of how long do we wait before we tell the story?
Yeah, is it too soon?
But this was only a bunch of animals being freed from Baghdad Zoo, but it got hit by that, and then the Hurt Locker came out and cleaned up. But I spent 2 years in the movie industry. It was great fun.
Catherine Bigelow, wasn't it? Directed that. Did you ever start a movie because you were almost in Boyzone? Hey, you could have been there the other night at the Emirates. Did you see that? The Boyzone did 2 nights in the Emirates. It's their final gigs.
I saw some social media stuff with the two of them dancing recently and singing, and it was awful.
Yeah, and then Mikey came on, and Mikey has his issues, so you know he didn't look great, but he is struggling.
None of them looked great.
But you could have been there. Sorry, were you ever in a movie?
No.
Okay. Well, on Sunday on the after show, we have a movie star with us.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, you've been.
I have been.
You're a stuntman.
Yeah.
The back of your head, probably.
Back of
Have
my
you got a
head.
ball
Did you say
patch?
you got your hand shot as well?
No, just my foot.
Yeah. Okay. That is Not So Christian Brothers. What should you do? Well, if you've listened to this, have you hit subscribe? That's the most
Have you
important.
told anybody else that we exist?
Yeah.
Have you told anybody else, like you're in your family, your friend circle, your mother, your brother, your sister, your aunt, your nephew, your niece, whoever it is, send this to them.
Yeah.
This is important. This may change their lives. It may not either, but it may.
May not, but it may. You never know. You never know. Especially for men who have a little balding patch in the back of their head. Great advice from Justin. So pass
This is
it on
spray.
to your balding friends. It's Not So Christian Brothers.